Welcome back, everyone, to Nation of Glory, the channel where we celebrate not only the stars of Hollywood and entertainment, but also the stories of real inspiration, courage, and legacy. Today's story is one that combines strength, resilience, and passion. It's about a woman who has lit up arenas with her wrestling skills, captured hearts with her voice as a country singer, and continues to pave the way for future generations of women in sports and entertainment. This is the story of Mickie Laree James. When you hear her name, you may instantly think of the WWE, of fierce matches in the ring, of unforgettable moments that made fans cheer and sometimes even cry. But behind the fame, behind the spotlight, Mickie James is so much more. She's an artist, a mother, a pioneer, and now a leader shaping the future of wrestling as the creative director, head of female talent, and executive producer at Ohio Valley Wrestling. She's also continuing her connection with WWE as an ambassador, reminding the world that her presence is timeless, her influence undeniable. But to understand why Mickie's story matters, we have to take a step back and look at the road she traveled. Mickie was born with dreams like so many of us. A young girl with passion in her heart and determination in her soul. For her, wrestling wasn't just about fights, belts, and victories. It was about storytelling. It was about connecting with fans on a level that made them believe, that made them feel something. And from the very start, she carried that special spark. When she first stepped into the wrestling world, the industry was not what it is today. Women in wrestling had to fight for recognition, to prove that they were not just side attractions but athletes, storytellers, and performers in their own right. Mickie James became one of those women who not only fought her battles in the ring, but also fought them outside, pushing boundaries, breaking stereotypes, and carving out respect for women's wrestling. Her journey through WWE gave fans countless moments, from championship wins to rivalries that are still talked about years later. She was fierce, yet graceful. Strong, yet vulnerable in her honesty with fans. And that combination made her relatable. She wasn't just a character. She was real. But Mickie wasn't satisfied with being defined by one role. Beyond wrestling, she had another gift: her voice. A voice that could carry emotion, a voice that brought her into the world of country music. And just like in wrestling, she poured her soul into her songs. Music gave her another way to connect with people, another way to tell her story. And once again, she proved she was more than just an athlete, she was an artist. Now, here's where Mickie's story becomes truly powerful. Many stars shine for a while and fade away, their influence left only in memories. But Mickie James took her success and decided to turn it into something bigger. Today, she stands not only as a performer but as a leader. At Ohio Valley Wrestling, she's shaping the future of the business. As creative director and head of female talent, she's giving opportunities to women who are now walking the path she once had to fight for. She knows the challenges, she knows the sacrifices, and she's determined to make the journey smoother for the next generation. Think about that for a moment. A young girl once dreamed of stepping into the ring. She faced the odds, she proved herself, and she built a career that fans all over the world celebrate. Now, years later, she is helping other young women achieve the very same dream. It's not just about her anymore. It's about legacy. And her role as an ambassador for WWE is equally powerful. She may not be wrestling every week, but her influence, her experience, and her connection with fans keep her as relevant as ever. Ambassadors are chosen for a reason, not just for fame, but for what they represent. Mickie represents respect, perseverance, and the evolution of women's wrestling. But let's pause here and think emotionally. Why does this story matter? Why should you, as a fan, feel connected? Because Mickie's story is about more than wrestling. It's about what happens when you never give up, when you believe in your worth, and when you refuse to be boxed into one role. She showed the world that you can be a champion in the ring, a singer on stage, a leader behind the curtain, and a role model to millions. And even more than that, she's a reminder that success is not just about climbing to the top. True success is about reaching back down and lifting others up with you. That's exactly what she's doing at OV. That's exactly what she's doing as an ambassador. She's making sure her journey creates paths for others. Imagine a young woman today, training in a wrestling gym, scared, uncertain, but dreaming of one day stepping into the big leagues. Imagine the inspiration she feels knowing that someone like Mickie James has opened doors for her, has fought for her place, and now is there to guide her from behind the scenes. That is impact. That is legacy. And fans, let's not forget this isn't easy. Balancing careers, balancing passions, balancing life as a mother, an artist, and an executive takes strength. Mickie has faced injuries, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But what sets her apart is resilience. She kept coming back, stronger every time. This story reminds us of something we can all carry into our lives. You don't have to be a wrestler or a singer to learn from Mickie James. Her journey teaches us that we can reinvent ourselves, that we can follow more than one passion, and that we can create impact in more than one field. It teaches us that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. As we look at her career today, we see a woman who has given decades of her life to entertainment, who has poured her heart into connecting with people, and who now uses her experience to shape the future. She is not just living her dream. She's building dreams for others. And friends, that's a message worth celebrating. So, as we close today's story, let's honor Mickie James not just as a wrestler, not just as a singer, but as a pioneer, a leader, and a role model. Her story is one of courage, of creativity, of never giving up, and of always giving back. From all of us here at Nation of Glory, thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story inspired you, if it reminded you of the strength within yourself, then please hit that subscribe button, tap the like button, and share this video with someone who needs a little motivation today. Until next time, remember, greatness isn't just about winning. Greatness is about inspiring others to believe that they can win too. And Mickie James is living proof of that. This is Nation of Glory, signing off. Thank you, stay inspired, and keep believing.